Hey, beautiful, infinite, divine beings. Today is day 4 of conversation with my 31 days of conversations with my ancestors' journey. Okay? I didn't want to call it a class or a workshop. It's your own personal journey. And I think that's what I educate people on is it's all about your journey, your self-mastery. What feels good for you? What feels good for me is not going to feel good for you. It's your journey. So, today is day 4, and we are talking traditions. Okay? So, traditions. Some traditions are keepers. Some traditions need to be have the tower moment, need to be blown up, thrown away, and never seen the light of day again. So ancestors and traditions, and I have a spirit oracle deck. And there's one card in there that is the elder card, and it talks about not doing what your elders or what your ancestors have done, but carving your own way, your own path. Of course, when you're carving your own way and your own path, you don't have a blueprint. Your blueprint is up here. In your imagination, in your heart, what resonates with your heart, what makes your heart sing, what makes your heart feel passionate, what makes you feel passionate about life, about living, about moving forward, what makes you feel passionate, sorry, this is irritating me, what makes you feel passionate about, what makes you feel passionate about being here in this world, in this realm, in this dimension. Okay? So it's all about what are your traditions? What tradition would you like to implement into your bloodline? I remember first starting out on my spiritual journey. First, let me back up. A lot of our traditions, and when I say our, I mean melanated people. A lot of our traditions and conventional way of life stems from the last 300 to 400 years where there was quote unquote slavery. I wouldn't even call it that. I would call it a lot of heartache and pain and just melanated people not being treated correctly. Them not being treated like they're even divine beings or beings that are worth something, that are valued. In history and in the religious sect of Christianity, a lot of my ancestors, and probably yours too, had to hide their spirituality, their connections with Orishas, or their connections with Devas, or if they wanted to practice something different, they had to hide it. They intertwined it. And I touched on this at the beginning about how some of the saints in Catholicism are a lot of Orishas. In Haitian Voodoo, they are called, the word is slipping my mind, but it's along the same lines of Orishas. Okay? Um, but they had to hide their deities and their gods, and they had to find a way to have their connections, or else they would be quote unquote punished if it was found out that they were gaining power by connecting with these unapproved by society, unapproved deities. Sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do and keep the connections that go with what your heart desires. Okay? Many of you are probably the black sheep of your family because you don't want to keep up the illusion and delusion of what you've been taught. And I say illusion and delusion because it probably doesn't resonate with what your soul longs for. So it becomes inauthentic and it becomes illusion and delusion for you. It may be true for some of your other family members. They may die for it, live for it, want to be a part of it and glorify it. And that's fine. That is for them. But as for me, I disconnected from the religions that I grew up in. And when I started my spiritual path, I immediately told my ancestors, look, I am not going to be giving animal sacrifices, wringing no chickens' necks. I guess if you want blood, you gotta take it, because I'm not doing that. If you want chicken, I'll give you Popeyes. That was a tradition that I said no to. And so if I'm in the kitchen cooking and they decide to take blood, if they need it, they got it. But absolutely no hurt, harm, danger, or nobody has to be sacrificed. An animal does not have to be sacrificed in order for me to receive what I am desiring. That is still one of my high standards. So, in Mayan spirituality, there is, I can't think of his name right now, the dragon bird, and I'll put his name in the comments below. This is going to be a 2-part video because I'm running out of time. Quetzalcoatl. I love Quetzalcoatl. He said there is no need to do blood sacrifice. He told the Mayans that.